Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. It's once again game day. Edmonton Oilers, LA Kings, Game 5 tonight in LA. It's a best of three now. The Edmonton Oilers coming back with 2 wins at Rogers Place to get this one tied up 2-2. If they can win tonight in LA, they have a chance to eliminate the Kings in Game 6 back at Rogers Place. That's obviously the ideal scenario. We know Games 5 and 7, if necessary, will be played in LA, so the Kings continue to have home ice advantage, but if the Oilers can steal home ice advantage tonight with a win, like I said, they can wrap it up in Game 6, and ideally, I don't think you want to go to Game 7. I believe this team can do anything. I believe they can win Game 7, but if you can win it on home ice in Game 6, save yourself that extra game. That's obviously the ideal scenario here for the Edmonton Oilers. Going into Game 5 tonight, they're going to come back with exactly the same lineup. A top line of Nuge, McDavid, and Hyman. A second line of Podkolzin, Draisaidle, and Arvidsson. A third line of Kane, Henrique, and Brown. A fourth line of Frederic, Janmark, and Perry. On defense, Nurse and Bousard, Wallman and Klingberg, Kulak and Emberson, and Calvin Pickard will get his third straight start in goal. Troy Stecher, we know, is good to go, but the Oilers holding out until someone plays badly or someone plays hurt. Ty Emberson was used sparingly in Game 4 for the Edmonton Oilers, but that was more because the Oilers were trying to play their top offensive defensemen on obviously top offensive forwards to get back in that hockey game. But if the Oilers can play a more balanced game tonight, we should see Ty Emberson earn some more minutes. Head coach Chris Knoblauch did mention that he was still very happy with Ty Emberson's performance thus far. So that's why we haven't seen Troy Stecher yet. He is good to go if the Edmonton Oilers do eventually need him, and I imagine the further the Edmonton Oilers get in these Stanley Cup playoffs, Troy Stecher will definitely factor in here at some point. And speaking of defensemen factoring in at some point, there was a report from Jason Gregor yesterday that Mattias Ekholm could potentially return in the third round for the Edmonton Oilers. We know the first round is obviously completely out. Second round, very unlikely for Mattias Ekholm, but if the Oilers could bring Ekholm back in the conference finals, that's basically a trade deadline acquisition for the Edmonton Oilers in the third round. Their best defenseman, hopefully fully healthy at that point, coming back into the lineup. So that's an exciting possibility for the Edmonton Oilers if they can get that far, bringing in Mattias Ekholm for the third round. But like I said, a lot of stuff to get done before we can even start talking about the third round. But thought I'd share that news with you guys if you didn't hear that one yesterday. A couple other notes here from Oilers insider Tony Brouwer. Leon Draisaidle has an 18-game playoff point streak versus LA, 17 goals, 18 assists for 35 points during that span. He's coming off his first playoff OT winner of his career, skating on a line with Podkolzin and Arvidsson as expected. So Leon Draisaitl just having an incredible playoffs already here for the Edmonton Oilers and on an 18-game playoff point streak versus LA. So if the Oilers can pull this one out, Leon Draisaitl will definitely be a big part of it. And speaking of being a big part of wins, Evan Bousard with 2 goals last game. He sits second all-time in points per game among defensemen in playoff history. 57 games played, 17 goals, 48 assists, 64 points, 1.14 points per game. His 17 markers sit second in Oilers franchise history. Paul Coffey with 36. Undoubtedly, he has shown his clutch ability. Evan Bousard drives us nuts defensively on this team, but offensively, there is no denying his amazing contributions, and he was a huge part of the Oilers' Game 4 comeback and ultimate victory in overtime. Tony also noting here on Calvin Pickard, he gets the start tonight coming off his third career postseason win with 38 saves on 41 shots for the Oilers in Game 4. He's 2-0 in these playoffs. His second road playoff start of his career. Calvin Pickard has come in and just been massive for this team in this series. I don't think we see Stuart Skinner here until the second round, provided the Oilers, of course, get there. But Calvin Pickard is doing everything possible to help this team get there. So really happy with Calvin Pickard, really happy with the team after games 3 and 4. Obviously, the keys here, getting off to a stronger start, keeping strong on the penalty kill. The Kings' power play ate the Oilers alive in games 1 and 2, so if they can keep LA to at least one, ideally 0 power play goals tonight, that will obviously be a huge key to victory. And like I said, get off to a strong start, some better defensive play, and I think this team can come back to Edmonton with a 3-2 series lead. But we'll see what happens tonight at 8 p.m. in LA. That's all for me for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Game 5. Do you think the Oilers take the series lead? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.